everyone, welcome to this video. It's been quite a while since we've done a video. I think it's been about like 6 months. It's maybe been since March, I believe, back when the infant update came out for The Sims 4, and that honestly feels like a lifetime ago. We've just been so busy. Like back in the spring, me and my sister were finishing up the school year, and then I started a new job for this summer, and things were just super busy with that, and we were visiting family and had all kinds of other just fun events and also just lots of different things going on in the summer, that there was not much time at all to really make videos, except I did find time in early August to record the speed build portion of this video, because I just had this idea. I had this idea for actually a while before I actually sat down to record this, but I'll get more to that later. It's just, yeah, things are really busy. Well, they have been in the summer, and they still kind of are, because now me and my sister have started the new school year. She's in her last year of high school. I'm still in college. So there's homework and just lots of things that make making videos a hard thing to accomplish, because taking the time to actually record the videos and do this voiceover that I'm doing, edit the videos, upload them, it just takes a while. So that's why we haven't really done anything for quite a while, and it just feels honestly a little bit strange to be back at talking in front of a microphone and everything, but it's honestly really refreshing at the same time too, because it's like I'm so excited to finally be back and just, making a video. And I actually really love doing these, like speed build type things, just because I think it's really fun to kind of catch up and just see something being made in the background that I enjoyed making. And yeah. So going back to my idea for this, as you know, if you I guess if you don't know, I should start off with, because not all of you watching this may play The Sims 4, or maybe a new player or something along those lines. But anyways, unless you have the high school years pack, there's really not that much for teens to do in the game. They can go pretty much do everything else the adults can go do. They can go to the park, they can go to the library, they can go do all these different things, but none of it's really specifically teen geared. And I don't have the high school years pack currently, so I also really love building restaurants, even if the dine out pack is a little bit questionable with bugs and glitches and things like that. I still love building restaurants and creating the menus and doing all that. That's really fun for me in the game. So I thought that I should make a restaurant that's kind of like a teen hangout space, like a after school or even before school. They could get breakfast and just kind of like an after school hangout and restaurant space. And obviously Sims of pretty much any age, except probably the really little ones, can come here, but I built it in mind of gearing it towards teens. So you will see as I go along, especially in the bathrooms here already, that I'm just using lots of pastel colors and just lots of bright colors too, and I tried to go for an overall vibe that lots of teens would enjoy, hopefully. It's kind of just like a really peppy, fun space to come and hang out with your friends, get some food, that kind of stuff. So I wanted to make this little area over by the bathrooms that kind of is like a little hangout space that they can go to. Even if they don't want to get any food, they can just come and hang out here, or they can sit in here while they're waiting for their food or waiting for a table or anything of that sort. So it's got some lounge couches, it's got a little TV where maybe they would be watching sports on there, whatever they want to turn on. And then there's a ping pong table, and then I also have a microphone in the corner so they can do karaoke or maybe do some jokes or something. Just like a little fun like rec room hangout space, if you will. And then over in the other room, it transitions into the dining space and the kitchen and stuff. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 sort of build. I also have some outdoor seating in case it's, nice out and they want to take advantage of that. But yeah, that's kind of what I was going for with this speed build. And I actually think it turned out really nice. So I recorded like the build portion of this video in early August, and then I took a break from it for a while just because August was really busy, and then I finished it in early September when my classes weren't too busy yet. And honestly, my classes are still pretty busy right now, but since this video is only, I think, half an hour long, I thought, why don't I just, get this voiceover done with so I can feel like I'm actually accomplishing something with this video instead of letting it sit for like almost 2 months, because I'm really eager to get this, just get another video out in general for you guys, because it's been just so long. And yeah, I guess right now, as you can see, I am doing the outdoor seating, and I think that it's interesting when places have the indoor seating, the outdoor seating, so you can kind of choose what vibe you're going for, if based on what you feel you want to do. So I thought that I would provide some variety in the build, just because I feel like a lot of teens would choose to sit outside, especially if it's a nice summer day, maybe the last day before school, and they want to go get some ice cream and stuff and celebrate the end of summer. There's lots of different scenarios that you could take your Sims here under and have a little storytelling moment. I mean, you could really at any lot, but I guess I kind of had this stuff more in mind when I was making this build than other ones in the past, I guess. And it's also, overall, it's it looks large, but it's pretty small, so you don't need a terribly large lot to put this on. I think it's a 30 by 20 lot. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then also, I found out that there's a little table, that little table I'm using, that there's matching chairs with the same exact color swatches and everything, but I couldn't find them. They were so hard to find. Because they weren't, it wasn't explicit that they went together. So that's, one thing when building. I really wish that, they had more objects that had matching color swatches, or, if they do, that they are more obvious, because somebody could, easily have been complaining about this combo here and been where's the match? Because it wasn't clear that they went together in the build catalog, I think, because I don't know, they weren't in the same area when you scrolled. I don't know if that's because they sort it by pricing, like how expensive the item is in simoleons or something. And I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that like chair and table set before either. So like maybe it came in like an update or something, and I just didn't realize. So that could be the case. I don't know. It's just, especially with like some of the earlier base game stuff, I don't know, just in general, I feel like they need to have more matching swatches between like items for like the whole house or whatever, instead of just matching in the kitchen or just matching in the living room. Have like the swatches from the kitchen and the living room both match in case you want to have like an open concept type house. You know, I don't know, this conversation is kind of going a little bit off topic, but as you can see here, I am putting up some different pendants on the wall that they're actually from the university pack. So, you know, your young adult university sims could also come here too, or those team logos could also, you could pretend that they're for the high school. Whatever you want to do with this, it's kind of like, you know, just, yeah, whatever you want to make the space, I guess. What else? Oh, I really wanted to include these neon signs because I feel like, especially in The Sims, when they are making stuff for teens, or like I've seen custom content packs for teens and stuff, there is like lots of, well, not necessarily a lot, but there are some like neon signs and items of that sort. So I feel like including some neon signs would elevate the decor a little bit. I was having a bit of a hard time with the decor overall, just because I wanted it to like correlate as much to teens as possible in the game, but you know, teens are known in The Sims 4 for being like very, very similar to young adults. So I feel like it was a little hard, especially in like a public space where, you know, technically any Sims are welcome. Unless you get a mod, I'm not even sure if a mod like this exists, where you can like specify that only teens can come here, then, you know, you could find a random elder here, and like there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying that I tried to make the decor versatile, but then I'm also just going for like a pastel sort of like really happy, fun color scheme as well. So like that's not everyone's cup of tea, but like, I don't know, I hope I'm making sense here. And see, this is also the thing about like these speed build videos too, is that, you know, I will have a few things in my head that I think I want to say and talk about as I'm going along, but then as I'm watching the video on my screen in the background here, like I find new things to mention and say, and like that I didn't even think about before, maybe when I was building it. So it's kind of like I get to think about the build again, instead of just when I was building it, and like kind of go back to it with a fresh mind and see different aspects that even myself, like I missed, like taking the time to think about when I was really like in the moment building it, and now I can think about it now, if that makes any sense at all. But we are almost halfway through this, so that is honestly, like, the time goes by really fast whenever I do these voiceovers. Like, it feels like it's going slow in the moment, but then I look at the clock and I'm like, wow, we are like a good chunk through the video already. And yeah, so one quick thing I want to mention also is I'm doing this voiceover for the video, It's pretty much edited. I just got to do some, final touches and everything. But the day that I'm recording this voiceover is a Sunday. And so, I have to start another school week tomorrow. So I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to actually officially upload this video. So I just wanted to get this next step done and off the checklist, just so I'm one step closer to getting this out for you guys. So yeah, hopefully it's not another month before I actually get this out. But we shall see. It's just college, homework in general is just very variable. It seems like you almost never have a constant amount, even if it's the course and the content of the course itself is very structured and whatever. Your homework varies a lot, especially if you have different projects and stuff. One project might require more effort or more time than another project that you might have later. Or you might just have more materials to go over one week than another. So sometimes it's when I look ahead on my class schedules week to week, it's I can kind of sort of map out okay, I'm gonna have a lot of homework this weekend, or I'm not gonna on this weekend, or I may not know until that weekend comes. So that's why it's kind of also really hard to plan out when I'm gonna do these videos, these voiceovers, editing them, and all that kind of stuff. So this was kind of just spontaneous. I've been studying for an exam I have tomorrow all day, all afternoon. So this was just kind of a random on the whim idea that I was just let's just do it. Let's just get the voiceover here done and out of the way, because it's only a half an hour. So yeah, and so after this I'm probably gonna eat some dinner and maybe get back to some schoolwork, some more studying. So yeah. And also with doing videos, it's just, I don't know, it's just in general, it takes a lot of thought too, because that's the thing too. I don't want to be putting out a video that I'm not proud of, that I didn't put effort into, because I want to make sure that the videos, are good quality, are, enjoyable to watch, and that's why I also don't want to rush through these too. And with the voiceovers, you kind of can't, almost, because it's you're talking for the amount that the video is. So it's you have however long your video is and everything. But yeah, I feel I'm just rambling again at this point. So anyways, I'm just I hope you can tell that I am excited and happy to be back, to be doing a voiceover and doing a video in general. And I really hope that my sister will do a video sometime, again in the future. She's just really, really busy too. So yeah, I don't know. But anyways, let's talk about the outside of this build for a little bit. I was having a little bit of trouble with trying to figure out what roof pattern looked good, or lining up the fairy lights, the string lights up in the front with the roof. That was really hard to do, and I don't even know if it's 100% good now. And then I also put a parking lot in the front. And if you're gonna go for like realism here, the parking lot is probably too small for you to maneuver a car into, but it's The Sims 4. Currently, there are no cars. There's been speculation that they might come, but who really knows? Nothing has been confirmed. So I literally just sized up like toy cars or model cars or whatever they were. They were like super tiny. You could probably see me doing that sometime ago in the video. But yeah, because I've seen a few builds do that, and I thought that that would be really fun, just because, you know, I think that showing, you know, a little bit more realism in the game is, you know, a good way to just make your build seem more alive. And so I wanted to add the cars and stuff because like lots of teenagers, you know, when they're 16 or whatever, get their driver's license. So I thought that adding a little parking lot would be fun. But then I also add some bikes later because, you know, what if some teens don't get their licenses, or they, you know, don't drive a car for whatever reason, and it might be a little bit more realistic to include some bikes as well. So I do include those a little bit later. And the landscaping for this was actually really fun. Usually landscaping is one of the parts that I'm like, I always like, I don't want to do it at first because it's so like tedious to get it to look good, because you have to put a lot of plants together. But then once I actually start doing it and arranging it and stuff, I'm like, ooh, this is actually really fun to do the landscaping. So yeah, it's just fun to put together all the little like combinations of plants and stuff of that sort. So I really like how it turned out. And there's some other, like, so there was a build of another restaurant I did recently for like my favorite game ever, that like my favorite save in The Sims 4, and the landscaping on that was actually so much fun to do. It was a really cool and unique build. Like, I made it in a way that I've like never built before, with like platforms and making them like stairs and stuff, and that one was actually really fun. I did not record that one just because I wanted to kind of keep that one for, you know, my favorite save and stuff, but still, the landscaping was really fun for this build. And also, it's really like, I don't know if anybody's like, I've heard anybody mention this before, but like with Sims builds, when it gets down to like the end of everything and you're like about to be done, or you think you're done with the build, and you're just trying to put together like the last final finishing touches, it can be really hard because you're like, well, am I done? Like, I think I'm done, but like, did I forget anything? Is there anything else that I should add? And it just like, it constantly feels like you forgot something. Like when you go on a vacation and you leave your house and you feel like you forgot something, even though you probably didn't, or if you did, it's something really minor. So yeah, it's kind of like the same effect with Sims builds. It's like when I'm done, I'm like, finally I'm done, like this looks so cool, but I feel like I didn't like do something right, or like I forgot something, or I didn't complete something, and I'm like constantly going around looking for little things that I'm just like, you know, did I do this correctly? And there's no technically correct way to build on The Sims 4. Like, you can make something look practically however you want it. I mean, within the confines of what the game allows, but it's, you know, very up to your preferences and stuff like that. So yeah, overall, I think that this build was just really interesting to do, and I really like the roof style that I did. I haven't done that very often. I think I did with something similar with like my 10-minute house video. If you haven't seen that, you should go check that out, because it was actually a pretty fun but also nerve-wracking challenge. I had to build a house in like 10 minutes real time. So yeah, even if like you don't check it out, like you should at least, like if you guys played The Sims 4, you should try it out yourself, because it's pretty fun. Then see here, I'm adding the bikes, and I thought that this little like fence outline for the outdoor seating was like the perfect like little type of thing for like a makeshift bike rack, you know, sort of where the Sims could like put their bikes and stuff. And technically when you go to this build, like those bikes won't really belong to anyone. So yeah, I don't really know how functional the bikes are gonna be in you know, the game, but they look cute, and it makes the build more realistic in my opinion. And what am I doing at this point? I'm trying to see if I should use different doors. See, at this point I'm just trying to like make sure that everything is finalized, everything is good, and putting the finishing touches. And I also enjoy how I did like the like brick and then like paneling on the two different sides of the building. I think that that's interesting, you know, to not have the whole building be one thing, and it like the brick side like really stands out. And pretty soon coming up here, I think is going to be showing like a little sped up version of me creating the menu and the outfits for the employees here at the restaurant. And then there's going to be like a compilation of photos that I took in game of the restaurant, like, you know, in working order. So I hope that you guys enjoy looking at those. And also, one last note, I called this restaurant the Lunchbox restaurant, and I like that. Because it's like, you know, geared towards teens and whatever, and they might have a lunchbox if they go to school, you know, and do lunch and stuff. But today, the more I was thinking about it, I think that I should call it the Lunchbox Grill. I'm not really sure. So I don't know what I'll decide by the time this video is actually out and the build is up on the gallery. I honestly forget if I put it on the gallery or not already. If I did, then it'd stay in the Lunchbox restaurant, because then I'd have to take it off the gallery and put it back on. And if anybody's already downloaded it or liked it, I don't want to mess up the stats or whatever, or like get rid of it for somebody else if they downloaded it. I don't know if that's how it works. But if I have not, or if nobody's done anything with it yet, then I might change it to the Lunchbox Grill. So there's that. But I think that the slideshow, or, you know, like little montage or compilation or whatever you want to call it, of the photos that I took at the restaurant is going to be coming up soon. I don't know how soon. I could potentially check on my video timeline, but I can't see that far over right now, and I don't want to like click on anything and mess with anything in case it like stops the voiceover. I just don't want to risk it, because I realize I don't think I've ever clicked on anything else while I'm doing the voiceover before. Okay, now the timeline just moved over, and I can see that the photos are going to be coming up really soon. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a like or subscribed, or whatever you feel like doing. And yeah, I would also really appreciate it if you commented or just, yeah, whatever. I don't know, I'm like struggling to wrap up the video. But anyways, it's probably just because it's been so long, and I'm just glad to be back. And hopefully we don't wait too long to upload again, but we'll see. Things get busy. But anyways, hope to see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.